Hello everyone, welcome back to some more Space Alert. It's been like a week or something since I did recorded my last video, but it was published recently. So I don't totally remember the details. I did a yellow and red threat mission and I survived, but it was sort of by chance. I got a bit lucky in some ways. So I'll just run back another one. Reds and yellows, please. Still basics. One of these days I need to sit down first. Okay. One of these days I'll do a double actions mission again because I think those are a lot of fun, but I said red. In single player, the decks. Oh, was I using specializations in that last mission? I don't remember. I think not. Who knows? It certainly makes you stronger, so I guess, okay, to balance out the fact that we're playing yellows and reds. It's stronger, but a little bit more niche. You don't have such generally useful actions. Anyway, one of these days I'll do double actions, but in single player, when you've got like the whole deck, it's just... Oh, I need to change the hand zone as well. It's been forever. I was doing like 45, I think. Okay. It's just a lot to... there's way too many different cards to have to search for the ones you're looking for all the time. It takes up a lot of time, and you have less time per threat because there's just so many more threats. So, all right, we have a medic. I think I didn't use specializations last time, actually. Medic, pulse gunner, special ops, and rocketeer. Medic, pulse gunner, special ops, and rocketeer. Okay. And I believe... Nope, not that button. This button. I believe we did base CD 1 yesterday, or last time, rather, so we're doing 2 this time.
Alert. Enemy activity detected. Please begin first phase.
And flip it. Tell me what to do.
Confirmed report.
No! I don't know what to do.
Threat. Zone red.
Okay, does anyone really love any particular things? I think I want to send the Rocketeer to lower blue in case we need a big rocket. You could argue, oh, let's keep them somewhere else so that their ability to launch rockets remotely is useful, but... You know, anyone could launch a rocket. Only one guy can launch
internal threat. Repeat. Time T+2.
Okay, 2 plus 2 phasing troopers, which I think are the same guys I messed up last time, so let's try not to do that. In lower blue. Okay, where is that? Here. Okay, so 2, 3, so they're not going to change decks, they're going to stay down here, which is definitely annoying. Okay, I think I want the medic... Oh no, special ops can handle that on their own. Great, okay. So... You don't go down there. You... do go down there, but stop off for battle bots on the way. 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have till 5.
Threat. Zone white. Repeat. Time T+3. Threat. Zone white.
Okay, plasmatic needle ship on the white zone. We actually... Oh, this kind of stinks. Because we don't actually have time to heroically take this guy out unless the medic shows up.
Data transfer. Repeat. Data transfer in 5, 4,
yeah, on turn 6 they'll be
3,
upstairs. So,
2,
alright, I'll bring the medic as well. It's
data transfer complete.
They'll go downstairs. May as well fill up the reactor. Move. Nope. Blue. Well, really we should squeeze out one extra flank, right?
T+4. Threat. Zone red. Repeat. Time T+4. Threat.
Energy
zone red.
Guys. Okay. Actually, don't look out the window.
First phase
Press
ends
A.
in 1 minute.
Because then... A rocket launched on 2, which the Rocketeer can do while getting the window, actually kill
Incoming data.
with no need for
Repeat.
any extra help.
Incoming data.
Okay. This is a sideways thing that got flipped. Okay, red, go deal with... Oh, I'm so glad I have a pulse gunner. Okay. Who else? Okay, green can... Do I want red in the pulse area or up?
First phase ends
I
in
think over
20
here.
seconds.
Yeah, go to upper red, please. Green, stay where you are.
First phase ends in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. First phase has ended. Begin second phase.
BattleBots are down, but these guys are taken care of.
Incoming data. Repeat. Incoming data.
Don't care about that. So we can handle an attack from below. That's no problem.
Time T+5. Threat. Zone white. Repeat. Time T+5.
Carrier on the white zone,
Threat.
huh?
Zone white.
That's no problem. We'll just press A on 5 and 6. So green is the one who's here getting the computer. And then on 5 and 6, I want him pressing A, and I think that's kind of all there is to it for him. It's using up a lot of energy, but that's okay.
T+6. Serious internal threat. Repeat. Time T+6. Serious internal threat.
Parasite is such a complicated threat. I have to read that one. Attaches the first player performing a movement action starting on 6 and stays there. Only other players. Okay. Well, kind of nice that we have a medic and a special ops, I guess.
Communication system down.
Yeah, 1 damage, then 5 damage to this guy. Ah, no, I can't.
Communications
If
restored.
I shoot him on 4, he'll actually heal up the damage, so there's no point in that. I want to shoot him on 5
Data
and
transfer.
6.
Repeat.
With red,
Data transfer in 5, 4,
using the
3,
pulse gunner action
2,
on 6.
1. Data transfer complete.
So that takes care of the snake, but we lose the white zone, red zone shield. And I think all we have left is the parasite, right? These guys are all dead. 3, 4. Oh, there's gonna be another threat.
Time
Okay.
T+8. Threat. Zone blue. Repeat. Time
Mega shield fighter. I
T+8.
mean,
Threat.
worst case, we
Zone
can let this hit
blue.
us. It's not gonna kill us. It would be nice to defeat it, but not the end of the world if we don't. Parasite shows up on 6. I want someone
Second
other than
phase
Yellow to
ends
move.
in 1 minute.
So he already has the battle bots, right? Maybe this guy shows up on 8. Okay. Let's have blue move.
Incoming data.
Move
Repeat.
red.
Incoming data.
And then move blue with his special action to prevent players from dying in that zone. And it'll be him.
Second phase ends
on turn
in
6.
20 seconds.
We'll just bonk him. This guy's taken care of. No, the battle bots are down. Shoot.
Second phase ends in 5, 4,
Up.
3,
C.
2, 1.
Oh boy.
Second
You know
phase
what? Let's
has
launch a
ended.
rocket on 6.
Begin third
1 second.
phase.
That's probably gonna help. Yellow is upstairs with repaired battle bots. So what's this parasite do?
Data
6,
transfer.
7 on 2.
Repeat. Data transfer in 5, 4,
It's gonna
3,
Drain an energy from this
2,
reactor. That's
1.
no problem.
Data transfer complete.
Have till 9 to do something before it does the second thing, which actually is okay. Well, turns out I wasted this.
Communication system down.
I also wasted the rocket on 7 because it's not in range when it appears on 8, of course. So on 9, blue and
Communications
yellow
restored.
together with a rocket can do 9 damage to this thing all at once. We will lose the shield, but that's fine. I mean, the parasite, you know, worst case, not the end of the world.
Operation ends in 1 minute.
We just have to get blue to where yellow is. 6, 7, 8, 9. So at the end of turn 9, we'll kill everyone present.
Data transfer. Repeat. Data transfer in
And also
5,
at the end of turn
4,
11.
3, 2, 1. Data transfer complete.
So I guess we just go upstairs and get punched in the head.
Operation ends in
Right.
20 seconds.
Blue is downed. I think that's fine.
Operation ends in 5,
Yellow, fix your
4,
battle bots and
3,
do this again in case
2,
something went wrong.
1.
Red, never found much for red to
Mission
do, it turns
complete.
out. But I mean, I think they did everything they needed to. This is, you know, the kind of thing that happens when you're playing solo, I feel like, is there's just so many things going on that you're busy actually addressing the immediate problems. Whereas, you know, if Red were a human player with their own agency, they might have found something better to do to fill their time, right? Like, you know, it turns out they could have gone downstairs, grabbed BattleBots, gone back upstairs, and it would have been could have squeezed that in. Or like, you know, probably there's some way they could have gone and helped with the White Zone or something. I don't know. So I think this went well, but we'll see. That's always the way with Space Alert. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes you know it went badly. This time I don't know of any actual problems. I know some things that I didn't solve as cleanly as I would have liked. By the way, can I just say, like, it was almost exclusively red threat, right? Like, I picked reds and yellows, and the only yellow threat I got was a mini carrier. So, seems a little unfair, but I think I did okay. Anyway, new threats on 1. This doesn't show up till 2. Actions 1. Blue heads downstairs. Red moves red. Yellow moves blue. Green gets the computer. New threats on 2. Now there is one, the phasing troopers. There's by the way, the reason there's 2 of these in the deck, like two tokens in the deck, is that there are 2 phasing troopers in the threat deck. One of them shows up in lower blue. The other one I think is upper red, but I'm not sure. Maybe it's lower red. Anyway, and the art on them is actually mirrored, so you're supposed to, if necessary, remember which of these is which by the way they line up. So like, oh my god, right? Like, okay, you know, turns out these are double-sided and whatever. But technically, not that it matters. This is well, I can use either one of them, but they should be this orientation, and that only matters if you draw both phasing troopers in a single thing. And you know, even then, nobody's actually correlating these 2 with each other. I imagine they're remembering which is which some other way. But anyway, the point is, Phasing troopers in lower blue. Actions 2. Blue refills the main reactor. Red is waiting. Yellow grabs battle bots. And green launches a rocket. Already? Oh yeah, good idea. Damage. We didn't shoot anything. Threats and rockets move. The rocket moves. The troopers... Oh, you know what? I'm so... I forgot again about the phasing troopers that they're phasing. I'm attacking them on 2 contiguous turns. I didn't deal with them at all. Oh, man. Well, the good news is they're fucking up the red zone. And I think they're doing it late enough that it'll be fine. Okay. Man, I don't know why I always forget this. Like, for external threats, I remember phasing. For internal threats, I remember phasing for, like, computing how they're going to do their actions. Like, I computed correctly that they wouldn't move. But I forget that you can only affect them on even-numbered turns. Or, well, even-numbered in this case. Turns with the same parity as the turn on which they appear, more generally. Okay, so the phasing troopers were once again not defeated. Did I get the computer? Yes. New threats on 3. There's something out there, isn't there? Yes. Plasmatic needle ship. Actions 3. Blue fires off this thing. The pulse cannon is what that's called. Red is still waiting. Yellow goes downstairs. I think yellow killed himself too. Or no. Wait, did we ever attack the parasite? What happened with that? I guess I just didn't. I don't understand. Was this supposed? Is this a trip? Is that what happened? We'll see when I get there, I guess. Green did nothing. Damage. So we have a rocket. What does the rocket target? The nearest threat on distance 2 or less. The plasmatic needle ship can't be targeted by heavy laser cannons, but it can be targeted by rockets. So it's targeting this for 3. We also have the pulse cannon targeting everything at distance 2 or less, which is just the needle ship, so it takes 4. Oh, whoops, I'm supposed to grab this as well. Nice for it to arrive on such a short track so I could hit it with the rocket and the pulse cannon immediately before it did anything. So I don't think I dealt with any of the internal threats, is my conclusion. Threats move. There are phasing troopers who phase in, move 2, and do not move. Threats 4. Energy snake. Actions 4. Red is still waiting for the opportune moment to strike the energy snake. Yellow successfully damages the phasing troopers, right? Yes, damaging their battle bots. Wait, did I? Oh, this. I somehow missed blue's action? Yeah, blue moved blue and applied the medic's effect that makes all actions taken in this station heroic. So the battle bots are not disabled. They attacked heroically. Okay. And did I get green C yet? No. Damage, none. Threats move. Phasing troopers move 2 and phase out. Energy snake moves 1, 2, 3, 4. And attacks for 1. Getting the shield. With the special text that it heals itself for each point absorbed by shields, which is 1, but it has taken no damage, so the healing is ineffectual. What's the difference between ineffectual and ineffective, by the way? Do those just mean the same thing? I don't really know. Get back to me on that. Threats on 5. There's a mini carrier. Actions 5. Blue went back to the redwards to the white zone. Red finally decided to start doing something over in the red zone. Yellow, BattleBots, but the phasing troopers are not here, so it has no effect. I was just so keen to get to them before their Y that I forgot it was illegal, I guess. And green presses A, firing on the mini carrier. Damage. The mini carrier is targeted for 5 and therefore takes 3. The energy snake is targeted for 4 and takes only 1. However, its special text says that it has speed 2 on turns when it takes damage, which it has. So it will move only 2 this turn instead of 4. Very important. That's all the damage, right? Yeah. Threats move. Phasing troopers phase back in and move red. The other threat is there are 2. The energy snake moves 2 because it was damaged this turn. And the mini carrier moves 2. Oops, 2. Neither of them do anything. Did I get the computer? Yeah. New threats on 6. There's a parasite on 6. It's not anywhere in particular just yet. Parasite. But once someone moves, it will attach to them. Action 6. Speaking of moving, blue. Oh, and I could have, if I just put this here, well, but then I would, yeah. Okay, I'm just bad. Anyway, blue dashes into this room, getting the parasite attached to them. Let's put it here, I guess. And applies the medic's advanced ability, saying any players who would be knocked out in this room this turn are not knocked out. Red uses the pulse gunner special action to fire the weapon he is at, the red laser, and also the pulse cannon at the same time. Yellow goes back upstairs to get his BattleBots repaired, haha. And green presses A again, firing upon the mini carrier. Damage. Okay, there is a lot of damage. So the pulse cannons are important to calculate who they're targeting. The answer is both of these guys. Okay. The energy snake is additionally being targeted for 4 with this energy from the red laser. It has 0 shields instead of 3 on turns when the pulse cannon hits it. So we're hitting it for 5, and it has 0 shield. It takes 5 more damage, bringing it to 6. Only 6 health, so it is destroyed. Meanwhile, the mini carrier is being targeted for 6. 5 here plus the pulse cannon. It takes 4 more damage and is tremendously defeated. Okay, never mind. I was just calculating. I somehow convinced myself for a moment that we didn't even have to attack it the first time because of the pulse cannon on the second hit, but that's not true. Attacking it for 6 would not be lethal. Threats move. Nothing out there for a moment. The phasing troopers move 2 and phase back out. The parasite moves 2. Threats on 7. This still isn't here, right? Right. Action 7. Blue launches a rocket as if... oh, this should be gone. As if that would help. Oh, this should be gone too. Red is done. Yellow is doing nothing. Green gets the computer before clocking out. Damage. No. Threats move. Phases in and moves left again. Moves 2. Drain 1 energy from the station, which is the reactor in this case. You still don't exist. Threats 8. Oh, now you do exist. There's a Mega Shield fighter. Actions 8. Blue, realizing his mistake, launches another rocket. Why are you snapping wrong? There we go. And no one else? No, wait. What turn is this? Yeah. Green. I somehow applied green's C last turn instead of this turn. Okay, fine. Damage. The rocket targets nothing because the Mega Shield Fighter is too far away. It just pings off into space. Threats move, including the rocket. Phasing Fighter Troopers move 2 and phase out. Parasite moves 2 and does nothing. The Mega Shield Fighter moves 3, attacks for 1, removing our shield. Actions 9. This is the key moment. Let's see if something good happens. I pressed A as blue, and nothing as red. Yellow also presses A, firing this. And green is done. Damage. The rocket targets the Mega Shield Fighter. Along with 6 other damage, it takes 9 and is defeated. That's all the damage. Threats move. The phasing troopers phase back in and finally do their damage. They deal 3 damage to the red zone because they just phased back in. We have no shields, but even if we had some, damage from inside the ship does not apply shields. We've lost 3 systems, but it doesn't really matter what they were, because we weren't using that side of the ship anyway. And we survived the phasing troopers. Next up, the last threat is the Parasite, who moves 2, knocks out all other players here, which is nobody. Did I get the computer? Yeah. Actions 10. Blue goes upstairs, bringing the Parasite with him. Special delivery. Yes, and this is where I tripped. Yes. Red, okay, so yellow was intending to play a BattleBot here, but it turned into a red arrow accidentally. Technically, androids aren't supposed to trip, but I think in solo, where all 4 of the players are androids, I think you really, like, I don't know, make up your own rules, have fun the way you want to. I think the reason androids can't trip in multiplayer is because nothing is tracking who played what card for the android, and like, you don't want people to have decisions about that. I don't know. But in solo, I know I played the card, and I know I wanted this to be the other way, and so I think I should get a trip. You know, sue me if you don't like me changing the rules to suit myself. So, his BattleBots, having been never damaged and then re-repaired, are feeling very fresh for battle. And do damage the Parasite, who have only 1 health, so the Parasite is defeated along with Blue. Because you punched him, man. And we defeated the Parasite. Yellow's BattleBots are disabled. Damage, nope. Threats move, nope. Actions 11. No one did anything. Damage, nope. Threats move, nope. Actions 12. Yellow, ever the diligent android, repairs the BattleBots. Great. And you escape. I mean, the ship's in pretty good shape. I just messed up those troopers, nothing else, right? I wasted a rocket. I don't know. I messed up handling the Parasite as well. So there were things during the action phase where I did something and then later realized it was the wrong thing to do. But none of it really made it all the way. Like, I found ways to fix my problems, except for the problem with the phasing troopers, where, you know, they got to do 3 damage on the red zone. It's a bummer. You know, blue is down, but that was part of the plan after I messed this up, so no crying over spilt milk there. Let's make sure I read the parasite correctly. Attaches the first player who moves, stays with them. Only other players can destroy it. The host is knocked out. Yeah, that all seems true. Oh, I never... Yeah, attack... So... Right. This... If you were in the interceptors, of course, it wouldn't know what zone to damage. But when I first read this... That is to say first today. I've, of course, read it many times before. I thought, oh, okay, if you're in the white zone, you do the 5 damage. If you're in the interceptors, you do the 5 damage to the white zone. Sure. But that's actually not quite true. It attacks the white zone. So this is one of very few internal threats where you can apply shields to the damage. And you could, in principle, have up to 5 shields in the white zone if you're using expansion pieces, right? The shield or the energy technician can apply 2 bonus shields. So you could maybe just tank that. So I guess you could actually just let someone with the parasite carry on their lives and not do damage to anything. That would be kind of fun. But of course, that's not very common. I'm very pleased with how this mission went. You know, made a little blip of an error, a slip against the phasing guys. Again, the same threat that did damage to me in my last reds and yellows. But this was an almost entirely red mission, and, you know, only one error that made it through the planning phase into the resolution round I'm pretty happy with. Maybe I should do all reds just to show people how cool I am. Or maybe I should try double actions, all yellows or something like that. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.